Gavrolopoulos.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't get out there.
Yeah, what is that?
Gavrilovich.
Gavrilovich.
Alright, that would be me.
I think
or
that's
you?
me. That's me. I hung me up.
Okay. Yeah.
I hung me up.
Hang up, put down. Checkity, check, check, check.
Check, 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 check. Checking 1, 2.
Yeah, I forgot Chris was doing today's game. I would have listened to it on the way home.
How'd we sound? How'd we sound?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
I forgot that he was doing it. Didn't even look for it. That's not updated.
No.
0-5. Well, the 0-5 isn't updated. Well, maybe look out tonight and get the Freddies tomorrow night, maybe?
Yeah. Hopefully, this should be a good competitive game.
Yeah. Down by 10 with 10 minutes to go. Well, they really miss Tyrese Baptiste, I'll tell you that much.
Apparently.
I mean, they got that 6'10" kid, but he's so damn slow. Anyhow, since the stream is probably live.
Yeah.
Good evening, world. World Wide Web. Again, about halfway through the American Anthem, I'll give you a 10-second countdown to Billboard. And I'm going to call it a 20-second Billboard from here on out. If that's what you were telling me. Gotcha. Yep, just got your message. Okay, so I'm going to assume that's about a 1-minute intro then for all billboards. So I'll treat it accordingly for now. Let's go with billboard in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll it, please. Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Potsdam Bears hockey here on the SUNY Potsdam Bearcast and live on Mix 96.1. Hi again, I'm Warren Potter along with Hall of Fame coach John Horan. John, tonight the Bears coming off their first win of the season earlier this week against SUNY Canton and taking on the far western teams. First off, Buffalo State tomorrow night, Fredonia.
Yeah, and Buff State comes in here at 3-2 on the year, coming off a recent loss to number two Hobart, 4-3 in overtime. So this is a pretty competitive team that we're going to see here tonight. Always competitive between these two teams. Sometimes it gets a little chippy. We'll see what's going to happen tonight.
First-year senior Stephen Friedland in goal tonight for the Bears. He picked up the win against SUNY Canton earlier this week. He's countered by the senior Emil Norman. We saw him last year when Buffalo State visited as well. Play in the Buff State zone. As the Bengals bring it out toward the point, dumped down low by Connor Cruikshank. And behind the goal through the crease, nobody home there for a tip-in. Bears will keep the pressure on here, looking to assert themselves in the early moments of this contest here tonight. Buffalo State will finally bring it out to center, and it's poke checked away on a nice move there by Alfieri. Down in the corner, Buffalo State attacking. They get a free try out front, can't get the tip. Getting his stick tied up there was Aiden LaValle. These Buffalo State jersey numbers are a little tough to pick up sometimes when the jerseys start creeping up on them. But we'll deal. As Potsdam plays it through center ice off their first line change. Leith on at right defense for Potsdam. Had a strong game, a couple of games last weekend. Here's a shot from the left circle. That's tipped aside off a stick. From the half wall, quick shot on net, and Emil Norman somehow saw that, had the glove in the right spot, and holds on for the first save of the game.
Emil Norman, I believe, was a superlative in the Sunyak this past week. We'll have to look up, but I believe he got a Player of the Year, a Player of the Week recognition. Good to see Connor Cruikshank in the lineup here tonight. This is, I think, his first goal of the game of the year. He'd been hurt previously coming in, so he'll be needed on that back end. Nice to see him back in the lineup.
Mike MacArthur in behind the Buffalo State goal. Tracks the puck off into the corner where a crowd gathers. Played up the boards and out. So go down the ice. Icing, yes, against the Bengals. 18:20 to play in a scoreless first period.
Nice game on Tuesday night for the Bears over at SUNY Canton. An overtime victory. Jack Loran with a couple of goals over there. He's found the net a couple of times this year, so we'll look forward to seeing Jack. He's out there right now. This is a nice line. Mulmeister got another goal the other night as well. So that line put together for this game here tonight.
Mulmeister on the ice right now as the Bears win the face-off. Quick shot. Blocked. It'll be Loran out of the left wing corner. Back to the left point now. Flung down toward goal, wide off the left post. Mulmeister in there in the right corner, but outnumbered as the puck will be banked back out to center. And the Bengals will dump it in the clear. Lennon gets there first for Potsdam. And the Bears regaining control of the puck in their own end. Up into center ice by Klanow. He lost an edge. He'll come off on a change as the Bengals play it back in. Freeland gives it a little bit of a ride along the backboards out of his Potsdam net. Freeland, good-sized kid, the 6'1", 210-pounder from West Bloomfield, Michigan. Here comes a chance for the Bears. Shot right on. Big rebound right there. And Josh Bifolchi goes sliding in toward goal. He was looking for a rebound there, and he just kind of wiped out as he got in on goal, and that knocks the net off the moorings, and we'll have a face-off.
Yeah, Mr. Stuckless is going to go off for a hooking call. That's number 16, Nick Stuckless. He got his stick in on the Potsdam forward coming in. Both of these goaltenders are big bodies out there.
Yeah.
Freeland comes in at 6'1", 210, and Emil Norman comes in at 6'1".
Looks like 195.
Looks like 195.
Earlier today, you had the call for Potsdam women's hockey as they fall to SUNY Canton in a close one.
Yes, it was. It was a good game and well played by both teams, highly competitive. And you're going to, Kaylee Merrill with 2 goals to keep it close for the Bears. She came back. The coach pulled the goalie down 2. 3 minutes to go. Got a goal with the goaltender out. And, just a really good hockey game.
Potsdam on the power play. Jack Bloom drops it off as he heads toward the net. Back to the point for Ryan Leith. Leith waits. Buffalo State playing really high here on the penalty kill. And they're able to take a puck and fling it out to center ice. Bears will reset with Leith. He's going to dump it in. It's going far off to the left corner, around the boards, and out and down the ice as the Bengals get the clear. We've seen teams already this year, Coach, on the penalty kill that really love to pack it in. Not so much with the Bengals. There's a lot of space there if the Bears can start finding it.
They look like there was a little bit of pressure out towards that point on Ryan Leith. He didn't have much time to do anything with it.
Leith now at center point for Potsdam. Goes lower left circle. Turnaround try there off a defender. Shoveled out in front. Now Machanan is going to be dumped out over the glass for a neutral zone face-off, I believe.
Yeah, we got 1:04 to go here in this man advantage. 16:30 to go in the first period. Got a change for the Bears. Face-off's going to remain inside the Bengals zone.
To the right of Emil Norman. Here's a face-off. It will be played into the corner. Now back up to the point. Here's Rose pinching in. Rose trying to get all the way through, but the Bengals are going to hustle across defensively, grab that puck and slide it down the ice. Bears with a sloppy breakout out of their own zone, and that cost them possession with 45 seconds to go in the first power play of the game. Bears come strong up the middle with Alpieri dumping it in, chasing it down himself. Moves off at the right point. Nobody there right now, but it's played center point, cross ice, top circle off a stick up and over the net, off the glass, still in play. 20 seconds to go in the Potsdam power play. Ludwig out on the ice, sends it back for Rose with a one-timer on goal. That's steered off into the corner. And Buffalo State is going to chip it out to center ice, down toward the Potsdam net. The Bears get a nice Friedland feed up the left wing as we're back to 5-on-5, but Ludwig cannot hold it in. Bears have to check up off the delayed offside, and the Potsdam power play yields very little.
We'll have to keep our eye on Friedland. I'm told that he's very aggressive, likes to get out and help act as almost the third defender back there. You can see right there he's got good hands with that goalie stick. He made a nice stretch pass there that really had an opportunity to create an offensive opportunity.
And Friedland after that has a nice save on a sharp angle shot. As Buffalo State out of its own end. A little over 5 minutes gone in our contest. Still no score here at Potsdam. There's a broken stick. Or no, just a lost stick for one of the Potsdam players.
I think it got caught in the
in the stanchion there, yeah. As Buffalo State will keep it alive, left wing corner, Nikita Kozarev, top line left winger. As Bears move it out now for Klanow. Klanow heading toward the net as he plays the puck into the corner, looking for a return. Mahlmeister in behind him. Nice job by Ryan Leith to keep it in at the blue line. And the Bears will go in and look to reestablish a forecheck here, at least force a turnover. They get one, forcing at least Buffalo State to go D to D as they bring it up towards center ice and play it into the Potsdam zone. As Leith goes down in there, Leith really emerging as a leader for this Potsdam team early in this season.
Has a lot of skill back there, good hands, good feet. He's got a lot of experience. He's one of the top defenders that we'll see, but he makes a lot of contributions with the puck on his stick.
Here's Leith carrying the puck in. He's going to dump it in from center point in the left corner, go after it himself. Almost got there first, but the Bengals with a couple guys back are able to play it toward the right corner, up the half wall and behind the net once again. Bears are doing a nice job of buzzing around inside Bengals territory. They'll look for another gain of the puck here, but the Bengals will play it off the boards, up but not out. Left point, here's a shot. Big blast kick save. Rebound on the backhand, goes just wide. Looking for top shelf, upper right corner. Didn't miss by a whole lot.
Nick Alfieri with that backhand.
Bears still on it. One-timer fanned on. It'll be kept alive now by Cruikshank flying across. Bears with some numbers here, but
interference call.
Only until the whistle comes along, and it's going to be an interference call against the Potsdam Bears.
Gave the flick of the stick to the stick of the Buff State forward. The puck was nowhere near him. Stick went flying, so that's an interference call. Buff State will be going on the advantage here. That was Vernace, who's off for 2 minutes or less.
We're also keeping tabs on Potsdam Bears men's basketball. They are playing at St. Lawrence University at this moment. About 3:45 to go in the second half. Bears are down by 11. They've been down by as many as about 15 for much of the game in St. Lawrence's home opener. Basketball teams will have their home openers here at Maxey Hall this coming Tuesday against the Clarkson University Golden Knights. Buffalo State on the power play. Here's Kozarev. Carries down the right side. Moves it back to the point. Left side pass now. In behind the net it will go from Nick Stuckless. Kept alive, right point, dumped down low, right wing corner. As the Bengals looking to generate an opportunity out front of the Potsdam net, being manned tonight by senior Stephen Friedland. Toward the side, one-timer out in front, but unable to get the best part of the stick on that shot was that Buff State forward. And now the Bears are going to get a partial break with Klanow down the left wing side. He had to track that puck down, does manage a shot on net, which is stopped, held initially, then given back by Emil Norman as the Bengals come in a little more than halfway through the power play. Their first of the game. Bears will get the clear here.
Nice effort so far by the Bears. Good speed on the PK up front. A couple of offensive potential chances there.
Puck tied up in the Bengals end with 35 seconds left in their man advantage. They'll drop it in, dump, left point toward right corner in behind the goal. The Bears are going to get there with Drew Rose. Rose, weak backhander, but that's going to be picked up half wall and chopped down the ice once again with 20 seconds to go in their power play.
Nice play by Drew Rose, quick to the puck. Good second effort to get that puck down the ice.
Bears seem to be very active east-west here in their defensive posture here so far. 5 seconds ago, Bears clear, and that'll take care of Buffalo's power play. Both teams now 0 for 1 as we hit 10:45 to play in a fairly quick-moving first period of play. No score. Here's Vernace helping on a turnover, but the Bears cannot move it any further ahead. It's moved into their own end. MacArthur gets on it. That's Mike, a senior from London, Ontario. Bears lead pass right side cut off. Played into the zone by Buff State's number 22. And, of course, there he is, Michael McCosh. And Bears were on a change. Too bad they didn't have a couple of guys in on a forecheck because Buff State player coughed that puck up for a couple of moments. Back into the Potsdam zone. Both teams moving well here. Not jittering at a whole lot of shots on goal. Here's a rising shot from the left point. That sails high and wide. From Timur Gavrilovich. He is the extra skater, and he's out there skating now. Here's turnover. Bears can't get the one-timer away. Still alive in the slot. Good job to drop it off to Lennon. He puts it in front off a stick, and that's redirected wide. Off to the corner, kept in by Nolan Town. He puts his man to the ice. And puck will trickle out to center. Bears will reset from there. They clear the zone, dump it in, and go off on a full Potsdam change. Quinnell, MacArthur, Bloom, Cruikshank amongst the Potsdam players on the ice now. Puck tipped by a hard-charging Buffalo State forward. Friedland out of the goal, loses his helmet in a collision. He likes to mix it up, he does.
Well, he likes to get out there, that's for sure. You heard a little bit of a gasp on my part there as he made an effort to get to the puck, but the puck wasn't cooperating, didn't come off the boards at the speed that he anticipated, so he had to really stretch and lay out to get that puck poked away and took a heavy hit, knocking his mask off. So faceoff's going to remain in the Bears zone here. We're going to keep an eye on his style of play.
Already proving to be much different from the other Potsdam netminders we've seen this year. Here's Buffalo State dangling out in front with a weak shot toward goal. Bears come out. 3-on-1 if they hurry. 2-on-1 now. The shot! The save as that was Mike MacArthur coming in strong left wing. MacArthur over skates in the corner. Big hit down there by Potsdam's Jeremy Quinnell. We saw that last weekend, Coach. He isn't afraid to mix it up either. Throws weight around.
Fine young forward from Hawkesbury.
Bears with a kind of a sluggish change, and that lets Buffalo State in with a clear shot. Right on. Freeland gets the glove down and holds on.
Right out in front, I said Jeremy Quinnell was from Hawkesbury. He played for Hawkesbury, but his home is Alexandria, Ontario. Fine freshman, 5'9", 180, getting a lot of ice time out there. Good, quick on his feet, nice hands, good hockey IQ as well.
Plattsburgh with a first period 1-0 lead against Fredonia. We'll see the Devils in here tomorrow night. As the Bears move from right to left down into the left corner. A delayed shot is directed in back of the net. Bears try the wrap around, but lots of black and orange jerseys over there. Those are all Bengals, and they move the puck out to center. Bears play it right back in. Rob Clare out there for Potsdam. First man up, trying to turn the puck over. Almost do the Bears, but the Bengals are up with it. Out in front, no chance for a tip there because really not in position quickly enough was Tyler Van Uden. Van Uden with it again, goes left circle out in front. That's off a skate. Off into the corner now behind the goal for Geary of Potsdam. 7.5 to play, 0-0 first period. Stretch pass up ahead, and it's going to be tipped in to the zone. Bears will give chase. But the Bengals get back there as well. One against the world as they bring it in toward the goal. Slowed down there by Friedland in the Potsdam net. And now here comes Nikiforov. Nikiforov in, screen shot. And he whistled that one wide left side. From the top of the right circle. Bengals bank it off the boards and out into Potsdam territory. Kept in there on a good forecheck. Bears break it up to the side. Now in the left corner, out in front of the goal will come off the stick of Lennon. He'll track it down opposite corner. Lennon, nice cutback move there, but he lost the puck and lost a chance to clear. Centering pass, misses. Here's a follow-up try off a stick. Up and out of play. Face-off will be to the right of Potsdam netminder Stephen Friedland.
Well, so far, I'm going to say both teams are on their A game here tonight. I tell you, this has been a fast-moving period. 6:35 to go in this first period. Not a lot of whistles, but very, very aggressive. Good, solid passing here. Good, quick shots. Good goaltending at both ends. So, highly entertaining game here. Well played by both teams.
So far, so good. Face-off to the right of Friedland. And it'll be a Potsdam face-off win. Feathered out and now down ice from Mahlmeister ahead of his reach. Icing waved off last moment. Here's a one-timer right circle. Didn't have a much on it. That was kind of a off the heel of Jack Laurent's stick. Bears will continue to press down low. And the puck's going to trickle out past the unoccupied left point. Bears quickly up ice. This time they'll come near side below us with Klanow. And now Laurent. Laurent will dump it in. Bears will change partially here. Just about wholesale. Laurent stays out there on the forecheck. We can assume, I think, that he's going to be coming off a next opportunity. In fact, he's doing that right now to complete the Potsdam change.
That was a good, smart play by Jack Laurent to get that puck in deep, allow the team to get a change.
He has some good hockey sense. There's a Potsdam turnover. It's going to be backhanded into the zone by the Bengals, who wanted to finish up a change of their own anyway. And that was Joel Frazee with the dump and leave the ice move. Bengals D to D, right to left off the pairing. This one is going to be icing waved as the Bengals work it in deep. They got a man out in front on the weak side trying to get him the puck, but the pass is cut off the stick of Quinnell. He will get back onside. MacArthur can't slow down the hopping puck. And the Bears will get a chance to bring it up ice with a little bit of space now down the right wing for Alfieri. Alfieri ahead to the corner. Mahlmeister headed toward goal. Make that Rob Clare. Bears overskate the puck. The Bengals move it out. Down the ice. Do we have icing? Yes, we do. With 4:44 to play. Scoreless period one.
So far, I like the lineup of Klanow, Mahlmeister, and Jack Laurent. They seem to be generating some power, but not to really be outdone. The Alfieri, Vernay, Sinclair line playing solid here tonight.
Face off to the right of Emil Norman. Tomorrow night's game back at its regular 7 o'clock time. I kind of like that 5 o'clock start last Saturday. I know you did too.
Yeah, that was nice. No question about it.
Bengals win the face-off in their own end. To center ice, it will come slowly. Race to the loose puck. Alfieri there first for Potsdam. Quick pass ahead. Played into the zone by the Bears. And Justin Geary. Geary headed toward goal. There's a shot that didn't look dangerous at the onset, but proved to be a little bit so as it got closer to net. Bears looking for a puck out in front. Puck at the side of the net. And the Bengals strong down the left wing side. Feed out in front. The one-timer misses wide off the right post. Well-designed play, but just pushed wide by Aiden LaValle.
That was a 3-on-1 or 2, 1.5, if you will, but the ultimate receiver of the puck had open net. He just missed the net.
Bears keep it in by Josh Bifulci. Turnaround try, backhander. Is going to be knocked away off the side of the net. Bears really doing a good job, I think, of communicating amongst one another out on the ice. You get pinches, you get coverage. You get players just skating out of their position to try to make a play, and somebody's always got their back, it seems.
You can hear quite a bit of chatter out there.
3:20 to go in the first. The Buff State Bengals are going to play it softly into the zone. Kept alive at the blue line. Center point shot out in front. Big hit there to take out that forward. Cruikshank throwing his weight around. That'll free up of the puck, and it's cleared out to center. Are we going to get a Potsdam penalty here?
I don't think so.
No, puck just out of play maybe?
I don't know what happened there, but it was a heavy hit. That was a solid hit by Cruikshank.
I think that was LaValle who was
LaValle,
camped out front.
No, it might have even been
Messing, yeah.
Messing, number 4, who got a heavy hit there. They're getting some looks in there. Bears got to be a little tighter up in front of the net. Buff State, their puck movement down low below the goal line is catching the Bears maybe looking at the puck a little too much.
Yeah, we saw the Bears last weekend get burned on a number of occasions on those cross crease passes for tip-ins. Mind you, the competition was very adept at using that type of play effectively. Here comes Buffalo State in. Left wing side they come with Parker Allison around the boards, right corner, lifted up to the blue line and now carried out. Bears come down 2-on-3. With Klanow, tries to shovel it across to the left side trailer. That was a little off the mark. And the Bengals move it back in. Bears clear back to center. They do. With Klanow once again. He seems to be hungry for the puck here tonight.
Yeah, good wheels on Klanow. He can really pick him up and lay him down, the freshman out of Holly, Michigan.
2:10 to play, period number 1. No score between the Bears and the Bengals. Suniac hockey action here tonight as Quinnell races after the puck, but it's going to be one of the Bengals getting their first for the icing against Potsdam.
Yeah, the pass just missed the tip here in the neutral zone, so that play's going all the way back down into the Bears zone. 2 minutes here, scoreless game it left in the first period. Again, now we're into that very crucial part of the periods or the game. Face-off in your own defensive end here. You got to be proficient at getting that face-off. The Bears are going to lose it ultimately, but recover their position okay.
As they will lift it out to center ice. Bengals chop it right back into the Potsdam zone. And that sound you heard down the corner was much worse than it. Well, the sound was much worse than any kind of hit was. Here's relief coming up. Offsides is Quinnell just by maybe half a stride.
That could have been a nice 3-on-2 opportunity. A little bit of an odd man rush there. Even though it looked like it was kind of collapsed, it was tight. There wasn't a lot of space to make that pass, and fortunately enough for Buff State, they blew it on the offsides.
Just outside the Buffalo State blue line, the Bengals with another face-off. They'll go to D, and it's turned over. Clare heads toward the net, passing behind him to mid-slot instead of low where he was. Down ice for Cruikshank. Cruikshank takes the short route to move the puck out. And now Potsdam will play it in only briefly before the Bengals carry it back out. Here they come up the middle, trying to settle the puck down, going with a nice turnaround, settle down forehand move, but missing on the shot was one of those Bengals whose name I cannot find on the roster at the moment. Final minute of play, first period.
Another time here. We're going to get an opportunity. Good shot, but it was off net. But what I was going to say is that the Bears are going in there. They're too tight together. There's not enough space to challenge the defender to spread out and making passes there. They've got to spread things out just a little bit more, get some space.
That was Joe Glamos, whose name I was looking for, top line center, who had a couple of good cracks within the last 20 seconds or so. 25 seconds now to play in the period. Buff State with one more rush into the Potsdam zone. Doesn't last for long. Bears played up and out, but the Bengals had some defense hustling back in position to deny any kind of breakaway opportunity. 10 seconds ago now. Bears try to stretch it up and through for Rob Clare. Hops off of his stick and freed up for the Bengals, who will blast it into the Potsdam zone. That's going to be an icing. Not a wisest play. Bears are going to get an offensive zone faceoff with 0.2 of a second to go.
Yeah, interesting play there. I almost thought with 11 seconds to go, the Potsdam player would have, just kind of gone behind the net and let the period run out. But he tried for the stretch pass and ultimately ends up with Buff State taking an icing call.
And there's your horn as the Bears win the face-off, but no time remaining with which to do anything. So, indeed, an entertaining first period of play here tonight between the Bears and the Bengals, scoreless through the first 20. Again, the Potsdam women falling against SUNY Canton earlier today by the final of 4-3. The Potsdam men's basketball team about to fall at St. Lawrence University came back and made a game of it. Looks like the Bears have improved defensively, but not putting up enough points. They're down 8 with just 5 seconds to go.
Yes, again, good hockey game this afternoon. Coach Haney and his team have really come out. I talked to Coach Haney after the game. He thought they were a little flat. They certainly were flat in the second period. I thought Canton played very, very well. They stretched out. They got a couple of 2-goal leads throughout the game, but the Bears were able to come back, claw back to get within 1 goal, but Canton just kept stretching it out here just a little bit. But a very, very good competitive game here this afternoon.
Canton, who of course has yet to face Plattsburgh for the first time this season, elevates their record to 5-1-1. Bears now at 2-3. Let's check first period numbers here, Coach.
Well, I tell you, the Bears outshooting the Bengals 10-3 in that first period. Nothing to report, obviously, in terms of the goal scoring. Just a couple of penalties in that period. Nick Stuckless would go off for hooking at 2:34, and then it would be Justin Vernace that would go off for an interference call. So both the penalties were killed away. Emil Norman and Stephen Friedland both playing very, very solid in the goal, facing some shots from point blank, but again, it appeared to me that the Bengals had more than 3 shots on goal.
Sure seemed that way.
They had opportunities, albeit they missed the net. I can count probably two opportunities for sure where, had the shot been on goal, there's a good chance it would have gone in. But nonetheless, we're here in a scoreless tie and the break between periods.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at that shot total for Buff State and thinking they probably had at least twice as many close-in scoring opportunities as they had actual shots on net, if not more than twice as many.
Looks like the Bears are slightly in the advantage in terms of face-offs, 9-5 that is. But a fast-moving period, really, and good skating. I think, like I said in the early part of the game, I think both teams are at their A-game level right now. Again, just a couple of, 1 point to make. I'm glad Connor Cruikshank is back in the lineup. He's one of the captains. Comes in with a lot of experience, and they've missed him on the back end here in the early part of this season.
For sure. So there are your first period numbers. Final in from the men's basketball game. The Bears fall 71-62 at St. Lawrence University. The Potsdam men's basketball team now dips to, 1-3. They had a win over SUNY Poly earlier this week, but come up short tonight on the road at St. Lawrence. Yes, one more thing. The Potsdam women's basketball team was to play at St. Lawrence tomorrow, but apparently that game has been postponed for whatever reason or reasons. No makeup date set as yet.
Both of these teams are fortunate that we're going to see up here this weekend the visiting teams coming from Western New York were fortunate enough to make the trip yesterday before closing down the highway and byways. I'm not sure when they actually closed it down, but again, Buff State and Fredonia, that part of the town, I think it was getting hit pretty good down there, Dunkirk and
I think so, yes.
In that area, but nonetheless, they're up here, and it's interestingly enough, Clarkson is facing Arizona State tonight and on the weekend. And I was talking this afternoon with Chris Engel, and I was saying they might have had an easier chance getting here from Arizona than Buffalo had.
Very true.
Coming up here. But for those of you that are interested, we have not been impacted by the heavy snows that are kind of plaguing a good portion of New York State. We're just on the northern edge of this. I think this morning I left Messina. I think it was just we had, I'm not sure, quite an inch on the ground.
Yeah.
But and maybe you've gotten a dusting more throughout the day. But fortunately enough, that's staying below us.
That is fine by me. I saw some pictures out of the Watertown area up through Philadelphia, New York, on the evening news for coming in here tonight, Coach. And I'll tell you, I think probably you get south of Governor and it is absolutely a mess.
Perilous down there.
Oh, well, so here we are. We are in a good place, right?
So
All right, we are through the first 20 here in Potsdam tonight. SUNYAC men's college hockey action coming at you live, and it is 0-0, the Bears and the Buff State Bengals after the first period. With that, let's step aside. We'll be back in about 8 minutes or so, getting you all set for second period action. Again, scoreless after one, Buffalo State and the Potsdam Bears men's college hockey live tonight on the SUNY Potsdam Bearcast and Mix 96.1. All right, Elijah, I will talk to you. I'm going to leave until I hear from you. Otherwise, I will leave one of our headset mics open and talk to you again probably in about 7 minutes or so. And if you could, please get me a confirmation on just how long I need to wait on that billboard. Thanks.
They missed some chances.
Yep, there you go. All right, Elijah, we're going to go with Billboard in 3. That's all right. Let me give you a 10-second countdown to be fair. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it, please. And I'm going to go with 30-second Billboard. I'm just going to assume it's that. And we'll go accordingly. We'll make adjustments as we go along. It's all good. And welcome back, everyone, to the Maxi Arena. Just in time for second period action between the Potsdam Bears and the Buffalo State Bengals. Tonight, SUNYAC men's hockey here on the SUNY Potsdam Bearcast and Mix 96.1.
Entertaining hockey game here tonight. Bears and Bengals are knotted at 0 after the first 20 minutes. Good opportunities at both ends, both goaltenders being very solid. Friedlander only saw 3 shots officially, but several shots directed towards him, a couple missing the net, so don't take that number of shots on goal as a lack of offensive opportunities for Buff State, because they've had them.
Potsdam into the zone with Bernays over skates it, kept alive toward the left point by Rose. Played up, kept in by Clare. He'll direct it toward net, cut off there as we are underway here in period number 2. That was Hayden Ford with the cutoff. Leads it ahead, and the Bengals take off 2-on-2 into the Potsdam zone. And there's Freeland way out of his net to cover up that puck before any harm can be done.
And I tell you, I like that play there. I mean, he recognized what was going to happen. Our defender had lost his balance on the one-on-one play. There wasn't anybody close to the puck aside from him, so to shut that down and go for the face-off, smart move on his part.
Well, looking on in some other SUNYAC men's hockey games, going on tonight. Not a lot of them, but we'll see if we can track down in terms of scores from the out-of-town scoreboard. Here is Potsdam with Cruikshank playing it down ice, trying to lead it ahead for Geary, but well beyond his reach, and that'll go for an icing against the Bears.
Icing call, face-off coming back to the same location, which is to the right of Stephen Friedland, senior, West Bloomfield, Michigan. Transfer from Lindenwood. Lindenwood has gone to the Division I ranks this season.
In behind the Potsdam net, the Bengals win the face-off. Looking for the game's first goal here as we are now a minute into period number 2. 21 minutes gone in the game. A lot of hockey to play here yet tonight as Potsdam out of its own end, freeing up the puck on a nice pair of moves right there by Ryan Leaf down ice. Bears will dump it in the clear. And back down Potsdam's way, and that'll go for an icing against the Bengals. So the Bears will get an offensive zone faceoff. 18:35 to play period 2, scoreless.
Previous to that, in the first minute of this period, Buff State has established a pretty solid forecheck. Bears were having some trouble, yet they possessed the puck behind the goal line and was making good decisions as to not to force it up the wall. Good solid play and thinking by the Bears.
Face off, won by Potsdam. It'll be Loran to play down in the corner. Picked up there, feeding right point, coming to center, and the puck is turned over. I think probably the right idea by the Bears that time, but just not executed very well there in the middle of the ice. As Potsdam will pick it up again and lift it in from Lennon. Sends Klanow on a run. Overskated in the corner. And out to center. The Bengals, nifty little drop pass there, trying to get behind his defender, and we have a Buff State power play coming up, as that was a good, strong move to draw that penalty by the first line center, Joe Glamos.
Yes, indeed. He had the defender beat, and he had to haul him down, that's for sure. Not much he could do about that. That was number 20, Nolan Town, going off. My stool has fallen apart here. I could be in trouble.
Oh, it always goes back together again. We've known that for years.
We'll get it in here, that's for sure.
Buffalo stayed on the attack here, kept the live center point off the stick, but still in, and it'll be played down in behind the Potsdam goal. Bears hustle back and dump it down the ice as the Buff State Bengals are on the power play. Bengals skating out of their own end. With a 5-on-4 skating advantage into the zone now. Turn back away initially, but Bengals will keep it in, and now they get into their setup. One high, now left circle goes the pass. Cross ice right circle, center point and in. Left circle moving the puck well through the top of the crease untouched. Left circle again. Right circle out in front, trying for the trigger down low, but a little bit out of position or off the mark with the pass for Aiden LaValle. LaValle now in back of the net, tries to send it to his closest teammate, and it's off the mark, and the Bears will carry it down ice with Mahlmeister trying to split the D. He's ridden off the puck. He's still going to go in there and make sure his man is slowed up anyway.
Both of them.
Yeah, right. He seems to be strong enough where he can take on a couple at a time. Now only half a minute remaining in the Buffalo power play, their second of the game. And we are still scoreless. Buff State, 22 seconds, man up out of their own end. Little dump in, gets cut down by Hone and cleared. Well, Bears, I like the PK from the Bears here tonight. Again, very active. You mentioned it, active up high on the penalty kill.
Yeah, and their speed is really a factor here tonight. Both teams, for that matter, good speed.
Here's a chance for Buff State, and missing wide on their right side. That was a last-second move and a good one by Parker Allison. In behind the Potsdam goal, we're back to 5-on-5. Now Bears on the breakout. Claire, nice pass ahead for Alfieri. Shoots, and it's blocked. Side of the net, covered up by Norman for a faceoff.
Nick Alfieri coming down with a good solid move. Puck just rolled a little bit off his stick. He had a good opportunity for a move there. Not sure if he was approaching the net. Not sure he was going to gain much on a one-on-one move. Might have tried to get that shot away, use the defender as a screen. But nonetheless, the puck rolled off his stick. A little bit disappointed in that. Face off to the left of the goaltender for Buff State. That's Emil Norman.
Bengals will clear the zone. Bears meet it at their own blue line before the Bengals carry it in once again. Down the right wing side. Drew Rose gets there for Potsdam. Potsdam getting some nice short passing on their breakouts here. Played in. Ludwig will give chase. Right corner. Overskated. Kept alive at the point. Rose will play it a one-timer off the wall. That's wide of the mark. Bears cycle it down low for Nikiforov. Nikiforov ridden off the puck. There's a shot from the right circle. That's hit the side by Norman. Bears keep it in. Good forecheck going
Nice
from
forecheck.
this line. Ludwig, Nikiforov. There's Town out at the left point. Bifulci will come out and play it down low. Not sure where he was going with that, but it's played up and out by Jack Bloom. Here comes Potsdam in with Bloom.
Yeah.
And offside go the Bears. 14:35 to play. Period number 2. Scoreless here tonight in Potsdam.
By Fulci there, I think the puck went off his heel of his stick and he wasn't able to connect properly. And the same thing happened with Jack as he was trying to cross the blue line. He just didn't have good control of the puck, and so that was the offsides call there.
Ice seems a little faster here tonight than it was during last weekend's games when the weather was so much warmer. There's a redirect toward goal. Nice little glove swat there by Friedland in the Potsdam net. Had to follow that one pretty closely. That was a mid-air redirect, and it came to his left.
Yeah. Was
So
it
well
a Buff
played.
State? Did Buff State touch that, or was that a Potsdam stick on that?
I don't know.
It was
but
certainly a very good athletic move by Friedland to keep that puck out of the net, because that was a solid redirect from high in the slot.
Fredonia State is in here tomorrow. They are trailing at Plattsburgh. Early second period, now 1-0 to the Cardinals. Got a first period goal. And here's a Buff State in again. A wind and a fire. Knocked down. Second effort doesn't get through either. Bears are doing a good job here tonight of cutting off those shots and passes. Take one out of low in the slot and play it out to center ice. Bengals dump it back in. And the Bengals will go off on a change. Some room down the right side, but the Bears are going to play left.
This is a very formidable first line for them. Kosarev, Galamos, and LaValle. They create all sorts of problems. Good speed. Good to have them off the ice right now.
That it is. Puck is up and out of play. Left corner in the Bengals defensive zone. Now the face-off will be to the right side of Emil Norman. 13:24 to play here in period 2.
Again, highly entertaining. We will say it over and over. Both teams are skating very, very well here tonight. Speed and passing. This is going to be a game. Hockey is a game of mistakes.
There's a shot. Is it a goal? Did I hear a whistle go before it?
You did hear the whistle blow, but I think they're going to allow it. We're going to have a conversation here. The whistle did go first.
Wow. Let's find out. Clearly in the net up over the left shoulder of Norman.
Was that Milmeister that got that? I'm not sure, but there was a whistle. There's no doubt. The
discussion amongst the on-ice officials continues. Good crew out there tonight, of course.
Yeah, I think they're going to disallow this, to be perfectly honest with you.
And Coach Chris Bernard not putting up too much of an argument as the explanation is being given to him.
It is the correct call.
One would think, clearly the whistle did sound before the puck went in the net, and I think just before the actual shot itself was taken.
No
right?
question about it. Bring the face-off out into the neutral zone here.
So no goal on the play. And the Bears within milliseconds of scoring a goal that would count. And honestly, I don't know what that whistle was for. That's the other question right now. But it is no goal. Face-off outside the Buffalo State blue line with 13:19 to play in the second. Bengals win it, D to D. Looking for some space on the left side as they bring it along into the zone, and they're offside on their right wing. They'll bring it back out for another drop down here.
Yep. Center ice.
Plattsburgh still leading at home against Fredonia 1-0. Morrisville playing a non-leaguer at Rivier in Nashua, New Hampshire, 1-0 the lead for the Mustangs there. And Cortland all over Brockport in Brockport, 5-0 right now. Here, thought we had our first goal, but we don't. But some big hits going on here from the Bears, and they force a turnover. Played down low, weak shot from the side, and that'll be covered up by Norman.
Rob Clare coming in hard looking for a rebound. Got the attention of the defender just a little bit as a little snow went flying, as we call it, a mini squall. The face-off is going to be inside the Buff State zone here. Hoeing on the face-off for the Bears. Town and Lennon on the point here. Let's see if, no, Bears are going to lose that face-off.
As the Bengals will manage it over to the corner. Here's a stretch pass out towards center ice, trying to hook up with Aiden LaValle, but in behind him, and the Bears just work it back in. Turn around, trying the wraparound, losing the stick. Potsdam player down, no call, and Bengals will skate it out to center ice. Here comes LaValle now on the left wing. LaValle waits, cross ice pass, tipped away from the trailer.
Going to be an interference
down
call.
the ice. And we have a penalty coming here.
Going to be a hooking call, I believe, on Buff State. We're going to take a look here. Yes, that gate is open. Number 8 going off for them. That's Hayden Ford. I think he's a senior from Medford, New Jersey.
Yep, looks that
a little
way.
blurry here. It's not just my eyes, is it?
No, it is not. I've got my glasses on, and it's still not helping a whole lot. So Potsdam on its second power play of the night. Centering pass, cut off. Here's out of the corner now up to Leith. Skates cross center point. Sends it right circle. Skating in, down low, in through, and that's going to be a pad save for Norman. Cross ice circle kept alive by the Bears down low. Off to the boards and will go. There's Malmeister digging after it for Bears. With help now from Laurent. Backhander, centering pass for Bloom, but in behind him. Bears keep it alive with Laurent. Cross ice now for MacArthur. Mike MacArthur swings it back to the point. Skating in. Floating shot wide off the mark. Bloom left point down low. Different look for this power play. One-timer, weak shot, weak side rebound through the crease. That went in behind Norman. Here is Leith. Leith center point. One-timer, big blast, big rebound. Here's Bloom. Tees one up right on goal for the Soft.
Bears are teeing it up, taking shots from all angles. Couple off target, if you will, but I'm not sure if they were. One of the shots might have been an indirect pass off the backboard, but here Jack Bloom, gifted goal scorer just below the faceoff dot, had a one-timer and a really nice save by Norman.
I like this high-low action on this power play too.
Yep. That's how you're going to create the space.
Face off to the right of Norman. 59 seconds to go in the power play. Bears win the face off to Rose. Rose feeds it along the boards for Rob Clare. Clare waiting. Back for Ludwig. Tap pass back to Clare. Cross ice, a shot! And that missed off the short side. Rebound right back to the shooter. Here he comes in again. This is MacArthur. Down low. Clare puts it out in front. Nobody can get the tip on it. And the Bengals finally clear for the first time in this power play. Almost 3/4 of the way through it. Friedland way out of his net in the corner. Bears trying to create some space here as they bring it in for Ludwig. Ludwig holds up, half wall left. Rose left point, cross ice. MacArthur, right circle. Still stick handling that puck down into the corner. Feathers it back to Rose at the right point. Rose, left-handed shot at the right point. Across to Ludwig, puts it on goal, saved by Norman. Rebound into the corner for Rose. Penalty is over, puck is out in front. Bears try to get it for Alfieri. Now Rose squares up and scores!
Matter of time. It was Rose who snuck in from the point. People are yelling on the bench to beware of the Buff State player coming out of the penalty box. Lots of activity in front of Norman, but it's going to be Chris Rose who gets credit with that even strength goal. But that's an extended power play, if you will, because the Buff State Bengals could not clear the zone, but there was lots of action. Norman didn't really have a chance. Pretty nice power play for the Bears.
It really was.
They had lots of opportunities moving the puck, possessing it, getting some shots on goal, creating some action in front of the net, albeit because of good puck movement, quick puck movement.
Here's Loranin, fans on a screenshot attempt. So Rob Clare and Mike MacArthur on the assist, it sounds like. And the Bears go up halfway through the game, 1-0 the first goal. Here come the Bengals through center. That's not, it's got to be offside. Come on now.
It's Drew Rose with that goal. I might have given his father.
You did.
I gave his father credit for that goal. Chris Rose.
Indirectly, he does have some
He's,
responsibility.
I believe he's in the stands over there, but if he doesn't have his earphones in, but if he's laughing about it, it's because I gave him credit for the goal. But Drew Rose on that goal.
Now I'll try to figure out once I spy him over there. Here come the Potsdam Bears up the middle again with Quinnell. Almost got through, but Jack Bloom's going to keep it in at center point. Here's a chance for Gary looking far post. That's off a stick, up and out of play. Bears are buzzing.
Getting some possession time, looking for passes, getting them their heads up, seeing the play, measuring the tempo of the play. Bears are doing a nice job here in controlling and moving the puck.
Emil Norman looks to his right. That's where the face-off will happen. A win for the Bears. Shovel back to Lennon at the point. He steps into that pass and drops it down into the corner. Backhanded along from the half-wall right side by Town. And now Bloom with lots of Bears on that right side. Now the puck frees up and space opens up. The shot and blocker saved by Emil Norman. Bengals looking down ice. Quinnell in on the forecheck, finishes a check after the shooter had released the puck. Down ice, icing his wave. Bears hustle back on defense. They got some pretty good coverage to the blue line, but not out, and now it's going to be banked out, and a chance here for the Bears with Bloom coming in one-on-one. Turns into a 3-on-3, very much stretched out. That drive all broken up as Lennon will advance it out of the right corner and turn it back to the Bengals. Bengals turn the puck over just at center ice. Here's Honan looking for a look. Can't get the shot away. Drops it into the right corner now for Ludwig. Ludwig out of the pack with a puck. Puts it on goal. Bodied down by Emil Norman. Bears wrap around, try, not quite. They're going to go to Rose at the point. Right point now. Cruikshank shot is blocked down the ice. It will go. Rose saw that happening and hustled over in coverage. Now the Bengals in with a shot and a nice save on a rising blast out of that lower left circle. Friedland, his finest stop of the game. End to end at the moment. After the Bears move it down, the Bengals skate it right back out. Left circle, centering pass. Tipped by one of the Bears on goal. Friedland will cover.
We're going to have a penalty against Potsdam here on a hooking call.
Yep.
That's going to be Cruikshank, I believe, going off. Gee, I don't know about that, but nonetheless, they're not going to ask me for my opinion. But anyway, that not much of an argument out of Cruikshank. So the face-off is going to be to the right of Freeland. He's been a little busier here in this second period. 7:43 to go in the second period. Bears lead it by 1 on the Drew Rose even strength goal.
So will be a hooking call indeed on Connor Cruikshank.
We have another penalty coming off. This is one of these penalties that you don't like. This was
Is it gonna be Klanow?
he handed
Yep, Klanow for 2. So it's a 5-on-3
for a good long time.
Yeah. Second penalty coming just 2 seconds.
I want to see what they call that. It's going to a face-off infraction.
Well, Bears have their work cut out for them defensively now, as Buffalo will skate 5-on-3 for 1:58.
And we're going to get an opportunity to see that top unit probably in full flight out there. Doesn't look like they're on right now.
Out of town scoreboard coach showing us that Brockport is on the board, still trailing 5-1 at home to Cortland. Still 1-0 Morrisville at Rivier, and Plattsburgh 1 up on Fredonia second period. Are we ready yet, boys?
5-on-3.
7:40 on the second period clock. The penalties are posted on the scoreboard.
Interesting dilemma this afternoon in the women's game. There was about a minute, almost 2-minute delay. The clock did not start.
No, we do not have 2-minute and 3-second penalties in
they're
this
having
game.
trouble with the clock. But what ended up happening, they didn't start the clock in the first period for almost 2 minutes. Okay?
Wow.
And didn't do anything about it. And Canton came back and scored with about 1:30 to go in the first period. They would have been in the locker room.
Of course. Here we go. Buffalo State 5-on-3. As they have 2 up on top, 2 down below the goal line, and 1 out in front.
The old
A
box and
true,
one.
Yep, old box and one indeed. Right circle, center point, left circle, one-timer fake, side of the net. Out in front through the crease, one-timer misses weak side. A wicked fan on that try by A.J. Marinelli. Here's a turn toward goal and they score. That's going to tie the game up, a 5-on-3 power play goal, and that will be Marinelli.
Marinelli will get that, number 19. 5-on-3. 7:03 to go in the second period. Bears getting bitten, if you will, by the penalty bug here. So 1:24 remaining in the secondary penalty.
That is the one on Max Klanow. So now the Bengals skating 5-on-4. Through center ice into the Potsdam zone. Waiting on a setup is Nikita Kozarev. Bears clear, down ice.
Buffalo State goal scored by number 19, A.J. Marinelli, with assists from number 23, Connor Weisel, and number 20, Chris Longo. Again, it's Buffalo State goal scored by number 19, with assists from number 23 and number 20.
All right, so Matt Pasick and Beisel, the second line left winger. Bears with an easy clear right there. But the Bengals get a nice feed from Norman up the left side. Drop pass, left circle. 30 seconds to go in the 5-on-4. Game tied at 1. Bengals moving the puck well. Little behind the back drop pass toward goal, looking for a chip on the left side. That doesn't happen. Bears will skate it out with 15 seconds now to go. Here comes Maumeister in screen shot, and that goes off probably maybe off the shin of that man that was back guarding him. That's Hayden Ford. Rose now carries it and turns it over at his own blue line. 2-on-2 coming down left side, block shot. And we're now back to even strength, I think.
You know, that's a tough play. Drew Rose right there going in on one-on-one. Chose to try to make that extra move at the blue line. Not a good decision, really, in my mind. Just killing off the penalty. Dump it on in. Get it deep, get a change. He wanted to get a change. The Bears were half on trying to change, and it was an odd man rush. So a good defensive play to get back in there and prevent that shot on goal, and certainly to prevent a good shot on goal, but a nice save by Friedland.
So the game tied at 1. We're back to 5-on-5. The Bears scored just after a power play of theirs had expired, and the Bengals score about 30 seconds into a 5-on-3 power play. Tie game at 1. Bears back in their own end. And they will lift it out to center ice up ahead for Vernace. Vernace, here's a chance for Gary. Can't get it on his stick. Only enough to find it in on goal. An easy stop for Norman.
Well, good blind pass, if you will, just passing to a zone, hoping for a trailer to come in. And Justin Gary was really crashing in from his defensive position to get an opportunity. Puck was rolling, didn't quite have a good chance at getting that under control.
Face-off win for Potsdam. Center point. Stick save, Norman. Potsdam penalty coming up again. No, it's going to be a Buffalo State penalty. Bears control the puck. Extra skater is on. Here's Geary. Down the left circle, in behind the net goes the Bears. Left side, Geary waits. Skates to the center point. Off. A Bengal off into the corner. Didn't touch it with his stick. So the Bears will keep it alive, skating 6-on-5. One-timer from Leith. And again, another touch off the heel of a stick.
Yeah, a bit of a shank on that, really. I hate to use that word as a golfer, if you know what I mean. But, yeah, the Bears could have just as easily got an interference call against them in front of the net. And I thought that was what it was going to get blown down. The call was made down at the bad angle for us to really get a good look at. But nonetheless, it's going to be a power play for the Bears. That's going to be, looking here, that's...
As Bloom puts a shot on, covered and held by Norman.
A positional save, if you will. He didn't have a good look at that. But...
yes, Timur Gavrilovich. He's from Belarus, he is. Bears on the power play will win the face-off. Nearly turned over. Laurent will get it right back. Winds and fires up and over the net. Off the glass, still in play for MacArthur, right corner. Bears down low, out in front, centering pass. Laurent can't pull the trigger. Maulmeister puts it on net. Or is that Alfieri over there? Or is it
Maulmeister there with
neither
that nice
of the
puck
above?
Puck recovery.
Here's Bloom right here now. Bloom down below us. Drops it off for Ryan Leith. Leith winds, fires, has the man down in front looking for a tip in close. That's Maulmeister. He is right in the grill. There's another shot on goal. Kicked aside, good positional stop right there by Norman. Bengals will clear out. They try to bring it in one-on-one. In behind the Potsdam net, halfway through. Potsdam's power play. Bears trying to regain the lead. Tied at 1 here. And the Bengals with a one-man wrecking crew of a forecheck. Bears have 3 players down there, finally able to work the puck away. That cost about 12 seconds. Here's MacArthur in. He's going to slow down. Backhanded pass to the right point for Leith. Bengals very assertive up top in their penalty kill. Now Alfieri off the bench gets the puck over to Gary. Gary waits, hits Alfieri, but off his skate. Alfieri will track it down in the right corner. 23 seconds ago, Gary with some space, winds and fires. That's tipped just wide, maybe off of one of the Bengals. Now Gary again, good shot, cross ice, out in front, and they miss on another tip attempt. They're still controlling with 5 seconds to go in the man advantage. In behind the net, Bifalchi right out front. They're going to go high for Leith. Winds, fires, kick save by Emil Norman. And now we're back to 5-on-5. Bengals 2-on-3 coming into the Potsdam zone. And they manage a shot on goal, and it's in. Banks off the back of Stephen Friedland.
You know, that's just one of those goals. You see it happen on occasion. You're just trying to throw that thing, maybe looking for a bank shot, and that's exactly what happened there. He definitely was not trying to move the puck out front. So he was shooting it and trying to get the bank shot. So I'm going to call that that's a set shot, really.
And let's face it, the Bears played good defense on him. They put 2 on him as the puck handler. Freed him from the puck. He just fought away from the contact and managed to direct it toward goal and banked in off probably the back of Friedland's right pad. So Buffalo State with his first lead of the night now at 2-1. Bears get a one-timer. That's blocked. Buff State coming out. 3-on-2, make it 2-on-3. Drop pass, nobody home. Race to the puck. Bengals will keep it alive down into the left wing corner, courtesy of Ryan Leonard. And the Bears are back out to center ice with it. Under 2 to play here in a much more active second period. All 3 goals in this game scored in this frame. Bears turn it over. Weak shot. Cut off. They keep it alive. Circling in the left circle. Now up to the point. Here come the Bengals, putting on some good pressure from Nick Stuckless. Finally, Potsdam will bring it back down the other end for Rob Clare. Tries to get in, and he gets that directed on net. Late whistle there. And we could have a Buff State penalty for a hit after the whistle, but I don't think we're going to get one.
No, you could. There's no doubt about it. I mean, to ride somebody off and ask him for his address for a Christmas card is different than giving him a check into the boards. But
yeah,
certainly
tis the season, right?
Yeah, tis the season. But
just about.
The Bears had a terrific power play. Couldn't find the answer. Norman was busy. Puck possession was outstanding. Passes, shot opportunities. Then they come down and get that goal.
They had at least 3 shots on goal, the Bears did, on that power play. Probably a couple more than that. But it is 2-1 Buffalo State. The Bengals nearly turn it over, but Parker Allison recovers in time to bring it down ice. Bears kick it right back inside the Buff State blue line. And now Alfieri will flick it ahead into the right wing corner. Final minute of play, period number 2. A 5-on-3 power play goal for Bengals got them on board, and then that a sneaky little pass from below the goal line has them out front, icing against Potsdam.
Dangerous face-off here. Again, a 1-goal deficit. Buff State in the lead. Defensive end face-off here. Got to be very, very careful. See if Buff State gets who they want on the ice here, and see if Potsdam gets who they want. Nick Alfieri, the senior captain, on the face-off for the Bears.
And the puck will die off in the circle, popped up in the air, directed toward goal, comes back for one of the Bengals. He'll go to an open player for a shot on goal, rising shot off the shoulder of Freeland. And Potsdam with a half a minute to play, 2-on-2 into the zone. Cornell is throwing another hit, and that takes his man down for the count as the Bengals just keep riding momentum with that puck back in toward the Potsdam goal. It's going to come in toward Freeland. He's got to reach out and get that one secured with 9 seconds left.
Got to get some communication there between the goaltender and the defenders here. Good heavy hit down here. Was not a hit from behind. It was a heavy hit, but the Buff State player had turned sideways. If he was just a little bit of a different angle, that could have been a hit from behind, but not in the referee's eyes nor in mine was that going to be a penalty.
Bears win the face-off, look to lift it out. 3, 2, 1, and done is period number 2. All scoring in the second. Bengals get 2, the Bears get 1. In fact, Bengals get 2 straight after Potsdam opened the scoring halfway through.
Yeah, and my opinion here is that the Bears have had the edge in play all night long. Entertaining game, no doubt about it. Unfortunate goal there to get Buff State into the lead on that. but it was also unfortunate that they got a power play marker on what we will understand to be a penalty. Probably called a face-off infraction. I'm not sure what they're actually going to call that, but that gave Buff State a 2-player advantage, and they were able to capitalize on that and actually have quite a bit of time left in the primary penalty, but the Bears were able to kill that off. So at the end of 2, we're down
2-1. Buffalo State in the lead. Let's check around the rest of SUNYAC for some updates on scoring, as we'll check out the SUNYAC Central scoreboard. Morrisville still with a 1-goal lead at Rivier. Non-league action. It's now 2-1 Morrisville. And Cortland still leading at Brockport by the score of 5-1. And they should be into the second intermission. They are now in Plattsburgh. Low-scoring affair there. Still just 1-0 for the Cardinals.
Well,
Cardinals team coach, by the way, tied Geneseo last weekend over in Plattsburgh 2-2.
Yeah, Cardinals back, if you will, playing highly competitive hockey. But, you know, the league is very, very competitive. Cortland seems to be able to play in peaks and valleys, you know, that type of thing. They put up 7 on the Bears when they were down there, but then they turned around and they've been beaten a couple of times in the season so far. So, such is the SUNYAC right now. I guess you got to play every game every night because you never know.
Earlier this afternoon on the SUNY Potsdam Bearcast, Coach had the call of the Potsdam Bears falling to SUNY Canton in women's ice hockey. Final score there 4-3. It sounded like it was a very entertaining game in its own right. And tell you what, the Northeast Women's Hockey League is, I think, the standings as we get closer to the end of the season are going to look a whole lot different than they did a year ago. Are you getting that impression?
Yeah, I am. I think it's highly competitive. I think Buff State has improved. You're going to see, you know, without a doubt, the gold standard is Plattsburgh.
Right.
But what you'll see from second through the last place team are going to be highly competitive games, and they're going to be. I was talking to Coach Haney after the game today. He goes, "Those were 2 very important points for Canton this afternoon."
True. Yeah,
they're neck and neck with Potsdam. As a matter of fact, standing-wise, Potsdam was ahead of them in the standings, albeit very early in the year. But you know, just a very, very competitive, league this year. But you know, hey, listen, if we're looking at this game and going forward, a reminder that there will be a North Country hockey tournament here next weekend. Both Saturday and Sunday for the men. They will be hosting Stonehill, a recent Division I aspiring team. They've moved Division I this year, so they're playing a combination schedule this year. And Hamilton College, historically one of the finer hockey programs for many, many years. So Hamilton and Stonehill will be joining Potsdam and Canton in Maxey Hall. That gets underway next Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock, I believe, for the opening game, and 7 for the second game. Potsdam will be playing the second game, and then on Sunday, an early game. I think it's a 1 o'clock start, and then Potsdam will be playing the second game at 5 o'clock next Sunday. North Country hockey on Thanksgiving weekend. Kind of a tradition, you know.
Yeah. Earlier tonight in men's college basketball, the Potsdam Bears fall at St. Lawrence by the score of 71-62, despite nearly a double-double from Parker Kelly, 18 points and 9 rebounds. Ahamadou Sola continues his early season tear offensively for the Bears. He added 15 points and 10 rebounds of his own for his double-double. Brandon Seeger Jr. held to just 4 points in the Potsdam loss. The Bears now are 1-3, and they are still, Coach, another week plus away from the startup of SUNYAC play. as the Bears will be hosting Clarkson in the home opener over at the Maxey Gym, the Jerry Welsh Gymnasium, this coming Tuesday evening. 5:30 and 7:30 women's and men's games respectively. A week after that, on a Tuesday night, it'll be Plattsburgh coming to visit the dreaded Cardinals. Coming in here. That'll be a week from this coming Tuesday. So lots of action still to come, and we do have first, or make that second period numbers. Bears are owning the shot on goal category, but trailing by 1.
Yes, and it was a power play marker at 12:57 of the second. Excuse me. Let's do it this way. It was a second period goal that began at 9:43 with Drew Rose for the Bears opening that scoring. It's an even strength goal with Alfieri and Rob Clare picking up assists. But then the Bengals would come back to tie it at 12:57. That's a power play marker, and that is as a result of what I'll call handling the puck call. That was going to be a 5-on-3 goal. Marinelli would get it. Bizel and Blango would pick up the assist. Then it was going to be an awkward kind of a goal. Frazee would get the even strength marker at 17:32 from Stuckless and Morin. He would throw the puck at the net from behind the goal line. Seen it done before. He was, in my opinion, playing the shot, looking for the bank off the goalie. He got it, and that's the difference maker right now. The Frazee goal, even strength. And awkward as it may be, that's the difference we have right now. Shots on goal in the second period, the Bears out shooting the Bengals 16-6. That seems legitimate to me.
That one does, yes.
You know, it seems legitimate. Two-period total, 26-9 in total of the game. So, looking at the penalties in the second period, it would be Town for Potsdam would go off for tripping. Ford would go off for hooking. Then Connor Cruikshank had the original penalty on that 5-on. He took the penalty, which resulted in the call coming off a face-off just 3 seconds after the initial call on Cruikshank, and that was handling the puck. Max Clownell would get that, but he obviously took exception to it and was then hit with a 10-minute misconduct to go along with that. Garvelarich would pick up a hooking call at 15-19. The face-offs have the Bears having a slight advantage, 24-18 in face-off success.
So the Bengals, with their 5-on-3 power play goal and the little fluky from below the goal line, have a 1-goal advantage here at the second intermission. We're going to break for about 6 minutes or so before we return to the Maxey Arena tonight for third period action between Potsdam and Buffalo State. After 40, the Bengals 2, the Potsdam Bears 1. Potsdam Bears men's college hockey live tonight on the SUNY Potsdam Bearcast and Mix 96.1. All right, Elijah. I'm going to talk to you in about 5 minutes or so. And we'll tee it up for a third period. Talk to you in about 5. I'll leave one of the mics up. Thanks.
Bears are playing very good.
Yeah, they are.
coming.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that a game for you?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, men's and women's. SUNYAC play opens the following week, the following Tuesday against Plattsburgh. Then they're on the road that weekend. New Paltz, Indiana, back home to Fall. Kind of a weird schedule.
So what time do you punch the clock at school?
I'm due in by 7:57.
And
So-
that's how long a trip for you?
50 minutes.
5-0.
5-0, yeah. Not bad. Honestly, it gives me time to wake up.
Listen,
It really does.
I drove from the scene of the Potsdam for over 35 years. You know?
And a long 20 miles.
But it wasn't until the last number of years, 3, 5, 7, 3 to 5, that I came onto the river road. And I took the river road. It took me probably 5 minutes longer. And I just loved it. I loved it. When I went in the morning, I would go in on 56. Sometimes. But coming home at night.
I came home that way, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Stopped at Timmy's and Roman So I came down River Road as far as Norwood. And I got
the winning 50-50 ticket is
It's just such a easy drive.
776-8195. Again,
that road
776-8195.
from the flashing light,
These are the team on last play.
every side of Macy's never gets above 45 miles an hour in terms of the speed limit. And then it's 45, 30, 45, 30, you know, that kind of stuff. On the back road, you just go, you know.
last night, I had scheduled an appointment to have my winter tires put on at 4 o'clock yesterday, not realizing that, well, I knew we had report card day, we had to stay for it. I thought it was only the afternoon. Oh no, we're here also 4 to 6. So I went in, they got on the tires early. I told my principal, I said, I'm probably going to be a little late. Getting back early anything, but
Jimmy, you picked the worst stuff. I already played this.
well, nobody visited me anyway. But, I'm a
Yeah.
music teacher.
Well, you talk about it, you know, after all these years, you know, people don't realize how helpful it is to get your mind ready to go, and then to get your mind relaxed.
All right, let's roll Billboard in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll that Billboard, please. Thank you. Back here at the Maxi Arena. Welcome back, everyone, for third period action. Well, after a scoreless first period, the two teams combined for 3 very different goals in the second.
Yeah, and you know, you're looking at a 5-on-3 power play marker for Buff State, a good solid goal. You end up with kind of a fluke goal from behind the net to give them the lead, and then you have Drew Rose getting what happened on what you'll call an extended power play. The power play had just expired, but the Bears had tremendous zone time and were able to really capitalize on some fatigue and some loose play in front of the Buff State zone to get on the board. So it's a 2-1 game right now in favor of Buff State, but you got to give, I would give Potsdam the edge, not only in shots on goal, 26-9, 2-period total right now, but they played very, very well throughout the course of this game so far.
They have, which gives us a good amount of hope for a comeback here in the third period, which is underway now. Potsdam called for icing, so the face-off back in the Bears zone. To the left of the Potsdam net, guarded tonight by Stephen Friedland. He picked up the overtime victory against SUNY Canton, gets the start here tonight on a relatively short turnaround here in the college game. A midweek game followed by a Friday nighter. Fredonia State in here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We'll have that game for you as well as Buff State comes in looking for a wraparound. And the pass off to the weak side gets away. Bengals, there they go. There's another fluky goal for Buffalo State.
Well, it's just positioning. The Bears turned the puck over, and it was the skill of the goaltender, of the goal scorer, one of their top guys, Kozarev, who just stayed behind the defender, but a turnover high in the zone. All he did was shuffle it to the goal, and it was a redirect over the stick of goaltender Freeland. It's just unfortunate, but the final tally's on the scoreboard, so they've got 3 goals, we've got 1. The Bears have got to figure out a way to get back in this against a highly skilled goaltender in Emil Norman.
That he is. He has obviously made a lot of saves here tonight to keep them in the game and now to hold them in the lead, which is now 3-1. Buffalo State into the zone. Bears clear the line, but not out. Back in for Geary out of the corner. Geary's pass turns it over. Bears will get it back off a deflection. And some of those passes that were working early in this game for Potsdam are now being read by Buffalo State and intercepted. Here come the Bengals down the right wing side with some speed. Into the zone comes LaValle and banked in again. My, oh my, 4-1 Buffalo State.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. That was misplayed, I think, by the goaltender here. Wasn't able to control the play from outside, from below the goal line. We're going to get a change in goaltenders here right now with Connor Green coming in. 2 quick goals by Buff State, kind of putting this in a very precarious position. The Bears are going to call a timeout here, but the puck came out from the corner, just not played very well by the Potsdam goaltender, and it was just directed into the net.
So Friedland's night is done. Connor Green is in after the Bengals score a couple of quick ones, and really more than anything owing to Potsdam mistakes on defense.
Yeah, and again, Potsdam had come out and played so well in the first 2 periods and had that fluke goal at the end of the second period. Really, just looking at the time of that power play marker, that came at 17:32. Took the wind out of the sails of Potsdam just a little bit, and Potsdam has been off to a very slow start here in the second period. Obviously, we're giving up 2 goals here in the first minute and a half.
46 seconds, and then again at 1:32. Kozarev with the first, Marinelli with the next one. He has his second of the game. 4-1 Buffalo State. The only good thing for the Bears right now is that there's the bulk of the third period remaining to be played. But Buffalo State playing with some renewed vigor right now, controlling the play in the Potsdam zone. Bears trying to lift it out. They lift it to the line, but not out. Right back down into the corner it goes. And the Bears turn it over for a short side shot. That did not reach net. And now Nolan Town will play it for Potsdam from behind his own net. Chased out of there. No bank pass behind. Potsdam on it now with Carter Lennon. Lennon, lead pass, left wing side. Town will play it in after crossing the red line. and will come off on a change. Drew Rose back on the ice. He has Potsdam's only goal right now. Trailing 4-1 here early in the third. Rose behind his back. Two Bears trailing. Bears fail to clear the zone again on an errant pass. In on the puck for Buffalo State. Here comes Nick Stuckless. Out of the corner. Drop down further low from Anthony Morin. And Buffalo State, once they force these turnovers, they tend to cycle the puck pretty well. Now Potsdam breaking in 3-on-2. Centering pass for Hone. Not in a good spot on his stick. Never got a good shot away.
That initial pass, the shot should have come from the left-hand side there.
One-timer, coach. Left circle is blocked. Down the ice, it'll be lifted toward goal. Green is going to drop it off for Geary. Geary almost stripped of the puck. Gets it back. Up the left side for Bernays. He didn't see it coming. And it's fed down the right wall into the corner. And behind the Potsdam goal now, D to D. Short pass, breakout. Stretch pass, a little bit off the mark. And Bernays is not going to get to that one. It's back out to the red line. Rob Clare battling for it there, along with a host of Bears. Clare away with it. Slides it left side. Big blast of a shot. Norman straight on save. Rebound carried along to the backboards, where one of the Potsdam forwards is down. That's Clare. He's back on his skates. Tries a wrap around. Back out to Geary. Left circle. Shot wide. Rebound! And it is not in. How did that stay out?
That, I don't know how that stayed out. It was certainly a save by Norman, who kept that out. The puck came right off the backboards, right onto the stick of, I'm looking here, Justin Vernace. He was standing right off the pipe. Looks to me like he got a good bit of that puck, and it got up into the air, but the big body of Norman got over and prevented it from crossing the goal line.
Well, Bears right now, if nothing more, they are at least playing with a little more spirit. They're getting a little peeved out there, understandably so. Been a tough luck kind of night for them. And they trail 4-1 with 15:20 to play in period number 3. Bengals with 2 goals inside the first minute 32 of this period to open up the 3-goal advantage. Here's another chance right on goal. That's going to be off the stick of Green and out of play.
Bears just can't seem to find the puck in front of the net. It's bouncing around there. Good active sticks by Buffalo is getting control of the pucks. They're doing turnaround shots, but the Bears their hands are slow. They just can't quite get the puck, corral the puck, and make a pass with the puck.
Bears will win this faceoff. Rose tried to get it over from Malmeister, but it's cut off by one of the Bengals flying in there to disrupt. Out to center, Loran over skates. Gives it up. Rose back in his own end. Has to backtrack and does gain control of the puck for Potsdam. Nice clean pass ahead for Cruikshank. Tips it ahead for himself. Cruikshank down low. Malmeister as well. Puck comes loose. Bengals lift it out to center. Cross ice pass off the wall. Bears will regain with Rose up the middle for Loran. Weak backhander into the Buff State zone. Bears want to change. They better hustle because the puck is back in their zone. Ludwig skates hard across there. He'll lift it off the glass out of the zone. 14:15 to play, period 3. Buffalo State 4, Potsdam 1. Bears need the next goal in the worst way. Here's Ludwig coming in, puts it on goal. Stick the side and through by Emil Norman. And now a rush up the middle. Backhander on goal. Green, good stop. In close range was Anthony Morin with the backhander. Now here comes Hone out for Potsdam with Ludwig trailing. Hone, left corner. Nobody occupies the point until Lennon does, but he doesn't get there in time. Down the ice it will go. No icing here against the Bengals with 13:30 to play in the third. Bears will change as they tip it in. 2 in on the forecheck for Potsdam. Played into the right wing corner. Town out at the right point waiting for a chance at it. It's going to come in the middle though, and that's Bengals. Out to center. They give it right back to Potsdam. The reset from center ice. In on goal. Big rebound there, but Rob Clare was just not quite close enough to play that one. There's a big blast of a shot, which is knocked away by Connor Green. Green in relief for Freeland. There's another knuckler in on goal. Backhander. Green with a good stop
Huge.
right there.
Huge, timely save here.
He may have to make another one, and he can't make that one. Goal number 3 of the period, 5 of the game. Nikita Kozarev once again for Buffalo State.
Yeah, good play by him, bad play by the Potsdam defense. He just pulled up, changed direction quickly. He's a gifted offensive player here. No chance for Connor Green.
Moments after he had made certainly his finest stop in his relief role here tonight. There was little chance he was going to stop that one. 5-1 Buffalo State.
Buffalo State goal scored by number 7.
Well, if this game doesn't put a chip on the shoulders of the Bears, I don't know what's going to.
Yeah, it's a frustrating thing for them right now, no doubt about it. Playing so well, first 2 periods, and then just getting shellacked here in the first half of this third period. We've got to see what kind of spunk they have.
Plattsburgh, meanwhile, has opened up a 2-0 lead on Fredonia over in Plattsburgh. Fredonia in here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Will the Bears be in position in the right mindset to take out their frustrations on the Freddies? We'll see. There's a shot from Rose looking for a second. That's a shoulder stop for Norman. Left point vacated. Down the ice it goes. And icing will be the call. Probably shouldn't have been, but it is.
Yeah, that face-off's going to come at center ice. I think there was a mistake there. I think it was actually a Potsdam player that shot that puck. But the only thing that happened, the Bears were in the midst of a change. There was nobody over there.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a good call by the officials.
So indeed, we will go at center ice. Buffalo State 5, Potsdam 1. This was a 2-1 Buff State lead entering this period. Still 11:40 left in it. Leith skating back, staying strong on defense. Leads it over to the left side. Played in there by Potsdam's number 10, Justin Geary. Leith now. Geary flows it down on goal. What a good, solid stop there by Emil Norman. And now Leith turns it over at the blue line. Who's going to get there first? It is going to be Justin Geary, thankfully for the Bears. Led down ice, icing against Potsdam with 11:05 on the clock.
Dangerous passes along the blue line there. Good forecheck by Buff State in their own zone. Of course, when you don't have the puck, you can call that forechecking if you want, but they were forechecking against Ryan Leith, who the pass was actually in his skates. Hard to handle, and so all the way down the ice for the Bears.
Played into the Buffalo State zone. It's going to take a Potsdam bounce out in front, but Bears had nobody in on the forecheck that time. Bears back checking now, nearly turned it over, but they will get it back with Carter Lennon. I'm guessing, Coach, that we're going to see some lineup changes tomorrow night as well.
Oh, yes.
Not that there's necessarily been a lot of bad play from all of the Bears collectively. That's really not been the case, just too many mistakes on defense.
Yeah, there's a lot of mistakes on defense and too much room.
Here's another blast in on Connor Green. He squares up to that one. And the Bears will move it out to center ice 2-on-2 as they hit the blue. Ludwig shot. Blocker save.
How confident is he?
Oh, absolutely. He's on his game. Emil Norman we're talking about. 2-on-1. Centering pass. In tight. And the net is off the moorings as getting in a little bit too close for comfort was Anthony Morin.
Well, not to be mistaken here, that was a tremendous save by Connor Green. He came in all alone, and Morin made a nice little move to the outside, and Green had to stretch out, get those legs way out to make the save. Outstanding save by Connor Green.
We don't even have to look down at the Potsdam bench below us, Coach, to know how much frustration there is just from the slamming of the door. Under 10 to play here in Potsdam tonight. Buffalo State 5, Potsdam 1. The Bengals on the dump in from Aiden LaValle. LaValle squeezed off the puck. Out to the right point, kept alive there by Stuckless. There's LaValle again. Skating, skating, skating. Drops it off left point. Floating shot. About 2.5 feet wide left side. In behind the net, off into the corner. Bears will bank it high off the glass, and finally Rob Clare finds himself with the puck out at center ice. He's going off on a long-awaited change, and the Bengals skate in strong again off the stick of Geary, up high off the glass, stays in play. Into the left corner as the Bengals continue on the attack out to center ice. Buff State will pick up there and lead it forward down the right side for Chris Blango. Under 9 left here in period number 3. Bears had the first goal in this game halfway through the second.
Yeah, and that was a big morale booster for the Bears as they were coming off a successful night at SUNY Canton, and to get that first goal of the game and have everything going in the right direction. Momentum, well played, outshooting their opponent 26-9 at the end of 2 periods of play here, and really coming away after 2 periods down by 1 goal off a bank shot from behind the goal, kind of a very fluky type of thing, and they just haven't been able to gather themselves from there. So, the last 4 goals have been Buff State hit 4 goals in a row.
Face
Actually,
off, yeah,
all
5, yeah.
All 5, yep.
Face off to Norman's right after he covered up a defensive deflection for a stop. Meanwhile, Connor Green will cover up side of his net as the puck comes trickling in his direction with 8:13 to play.
Next week we're talking about a holiday tournament here, if you will. Stonehill and Hamilton up here to face SUNY Canton and Potsdam here in Maxey Hall next Saturday and Sunday. Come on out, catch some college hockey.
Women's hockey coming to town too.
Women's hockey, Rivier will be in on Friday afternoon and also, Friday night and Saturday afternoon. So there's going to be 3 games in Maxey Hall here on Saturday. That'll get the turkey out of you.
I suppose so. Had a pretty good turkey dinner at school today, I gotta say. It was good.
How could you do that? Turkey? Oh my! I have to. Now I'm in the denial mode. Not until Thursday.
Oh, okay. So you're one of those, huh?
I'm one of those.
Here comes Nikiforov, who was really skating well, puts a shot on goal here. Skating well, I was thinking back earlier in the game, and he was all over the place in that first period. Has a shot on net there that'll be gloved down by Emil Norman.
Nikiforov, a gifted skater, has great hands, trying to find some consistent play, some consistent ice time. Once he finds that mode, he's going to make a contribution here. He's a fine hockey player.
Here's when the face-off. Town puts it on goal. Rebound is there, but Ludwig had his stick held up, and he'll play it down into the corner. 7.5 minutes to go. Bears trailing by 4. With 3 straight goals here in the third, 5 straight overall by Buffalo State. Coming back from a 1-0 deficit halfway through the game when Potsdam's goal came. Buffalo State weak backhander on the entry into the Potsdam zone. Turn around and banged out the center. Bears want to complete a change. They do. With now under 7 to play. There's the rest of the Potsdam change as Buff State does the same. And the Bengals play it into the Potsdam defensive zone. Bears will pick it up there. Bank forward, but not out. Good pressure down low before giving up to the Bears. 2-on-2. Bernays right side. Claire heads for the net after releasing the pass. But the return is cut off and the Bengals just play it right back down. Playing keep away right now are the Bengals by and large. Kept in left point, shot on goal. Green with the save up top of the blue. Meanwhile, that opened up enough space for that Buffalo State player to go flying into the open net.
Yeah, he went tumbling in there pretty hard. That's number 19. That's Marinelli. He has a goal here tonight. Actually got the first goal of the game. He's a good hockey player. But Buff State, you know, they've been energized as this third period has gone around. They're playing much better inside their defensive end, playing very cautious with the puck. They don't have to take any chances here.
Bengals with a face-off win. Block shot by Quinnell out at the point. Geary will play it opposite point. Bears trying to get a clear possession here. Played ahead for Quinnell. And it's going to be icing against the Bears.
Yeah. Off in front. Are they going to move that to center ice?
6:04 to play.
They're going to move this to center ice again.
Yeah, they need to. Huh.
Referees have been missing quite a few of these icing calls here tonight. I wouldn't say quite a few, but a few.
A couple noticeable ones for sure. 6 minutes to go. Off the face-off, played into the Potsdam zone. Icing against Buffalo State.
As quickly as those first two periods went, this period seems to be dragging on here. And it's not because of the lopsided score. It's just that the passes, I don't know if fatigue is setting in here just a little bit, but we've seen more icing calls, more offsides. Not as sharp as they were in the early going.
We also were not able to knock on wood since your stool fell apart.
That's right.
So there's that to consider.
Thanks to Coach Pat Massaro, he's got me stabilized here again. So.
MacArthur, big blast, cut off before it can reach net. Whoa, some heavy and high hitting going on right there. Going to take two here?
No.
Just one?
MacArthur's going off. Hauled him down from behind, actually. Face-off will come all the way down into the Bears zone. 5:36 to go.
Joe Frazee
That was
falling awkwardly with that contact.
Yeah, that was the good old cattle wrestler move.
Had him hogtied pretty much.
Had him hogtied and got him thrown to the ice here. But you know, do your best right now in a game that is frustrating for the Bears. Cardinals understand that. Will probably do everything they can to stay away from them.
Face-off eventually played back to the point down into the right corner. Buffalo State back on the power play. They scored their first goal of this game on a 5-on-3 advantage. Side of the net here, deflected off a stick. Finally back down to ice in that right circle, played in behind the Potsdam net. Now being manned by Connor Green in relief of Stephen Friedland. Right circle. Bears playing this penalty kill pretty well so far. Trying to keep it to the outside and keep from a lot of action there. That one had a little ding in it, did it not?
Yes, it did. Little pipe action.
Cleared out center. Bengals off a slow Bears change are able to get a shot off, but not much on it. Here's Potsdam with Rose. Short-handed bid coming down the right side, just trying to carry it in and kill off at least part of the final minute of this Buffalo State power play. Down to 4:20 to play in the game. It's funny how the ebb and the flow of this game of hockey can really turn a game around, turn a game in a totally different direction.
You know, and a lot of it happens on the, you know, if there's an awkward goal, they become deflating, especially when you're dealing with what we've come to understand here over the years is Potsdam being a little bit of a fragile team. They haven't been able to build that consistent winning attitude where they play with that kind of confidence that they know they can overcome some of these faux pas. So when something happens that all of a sudden say, oh boy, here we go again, and that just makes it that hole ever deeper to get out of.
Leith tries to play it ahead from just across his own blue line, but the Bengals will get a deflection into the zone for a moment before Potsdam brings it out. Here comes Bernace. Bernace, weak backhander on goal. Secondary try, knocked away. Norman had his stick knocked away, but I think by one of his own, right? 3 minutes to go, period number 3. Buffalo State 5, Potsdam 1. Leith circling, waiting for Nikiforov to come back and help out. He'll do that. Circling around by Fulci out there, who's big number 26 has been rather quiet in his game here tonight. I think we need to see more from him offensively.
Offsides.
Buffalo State indeed on the offside, says Mr. Legault. Plattsburgh has taken a 3-0 lead at home over Fredonia State now. They're at about the same spot in the third. In fact, they're into their final minute of play there. So Fredonia will come in here off a presumptive loss in Plattsburgh tonight against these Bears. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Hope you join us for it. If you can't be in here in person. Potsdam turnover, shot on goal, glove save, Connor Green.
Connor's been very solid here in his relief duty coming off the bench. Made some good saves, and actually the Bears have softened their defense in front of both goaltenders here in really the last 28 minutes of active play, and so the shots on goal have been fairly sizable here for Buff State. It'll be interesting to see what the shots on goal end up after the second period total in favor of Potsdam, 26-9. But that will not be the case here.
2 minutes to play. Bengals in, maintaining possession, centering pass, backhander on goal. That's another good follow, and just good planned reaction, if there is such a thing, by Connor Green. There could have been a shot before that backhander was taken from a slightly different angle, but he's just stuck with it and was still in good position to play that secondary effort.
You know, and that's his athletic ability. He's a very athletic goaltender. He uses all of the tools that he has to make those saves.
Flashing the leather there again,
you know,
on a shot from the point.
Yeah, good tracking there again out in front of the blue ice, but you know, he has that good athletic ability. He can catch very, very well, and he's showing that here right now. I wouldn't be a bit surprised we see him get the nod tomorrow night.
I'm kind of anticipating that myself. Face off to his right. It will be won by the Bears to Lennon. Banks it off. Quinnell will pick it up in flight. Quinnell, left side, tries to drop it back. Pass tipped away. Hone never got a stick on it. Didn't come close enough to it. Cleared out to center ice on a lift with 1.5 minutes to play. 5-1 Bengals, late going here tonight at Maxi Arena. Looks like Morrisville has added a goal. They're up 3-1 at Rivier. And Cortland has tacked on another goal at Brockport. 6-1 for the Courts.
That's a little bit surprising after seeing the Brockport Eagles in here last night. Quick skating team. Of course, we haven't seen Cortland either, but you know, Brockport, highly competitive game here last week. Skated well, moved the puck well.
Broke away from a close game.
Yep.
To take the 2-goal win. Here's Rob Clare, right point. As we're down to about a minute to go, Claire, around, one-timer on goal. That was Alfieri, did the right thing, but so did Emil Norman.
You know, he looks to be an intelligent goaltender. You can see that he's got all the skills to go with it, but, you know, a good pass out in front to Alfieri, and he just made that save look so easy.
Yeah, his play is never rattled. Centering pass cut off. Bengals will clear the zone. 1 against 2 coming in. Sneaks behind the D. Green with a good stop right there, point blank. Played off into the corner. Green has lost his stick. Gets some help now, gets it back. Bears changing up for the final time, we would think, as we're down to 33 seconds to play. Bears open up the scoring midway through this game. Bengals unload for 5 straight. And that's where we're at with Bifulci. Into the right corner with 20 seconds to go. Back for Cruikshank. Down low, left circle, turnaround drive toward net, rebound. That's cut off as well. And finally, the third try will come in on Norman. He'll get on top of that one with 12 and a half seconds left.
You know, I think you called it very, very well. He never seems to get bothered by the context of the game that's around him. He's a very cool customer, at least it appears that way, in control of himself, as you saw right there, able to hold on to the puck in the fray that was around him. So he's a solid backstop to this Bengals team.
Shot from the left point, kicked aside. Down the ice it goes with 5 seconds to go. Bears will get one more offensive zone face-off with 3.3 seconds remaining. Looking at the scratches from the Potsdam lineup tonight, Campbell, Lisiski, Olszewski, Perron, one of the better-looking first-year players we've seen, Lantry, and also Garrett MacArthur. Just saw them up in the upper reaches as this game comes to a close. Maybe we'll see at least a couple of those guys tomorrow night because, well, I don't know. I'm not going to go planning the game for Coach Bernard, but maybe he'll let the emotion do all the talking in tomorrow night's game as they lose here tonight 5-1.
It's an interesting thing. You know, I mean, you want to sit back and dissect this game. You can do whatever, you can spin it however you want. I thought the Bears were the better of the two teams in the first 2 periods, and not by a little. Mm-hmm. You know, albeit Buff State's a good skating club and well coached, but I thought that we really had the better of the play. It was the fluke goal that really kind of changed the temperature of the game, and the Bears came out very lethargic in the third period, and it was 2 quick goals under 2 minutes at the start of the third period that put this game out of reach for the Bears.
It really did turn the tide, as it turns out. 5-1 Buffalo State is your winner, and that is your final score as well. With the loss, Bears remain winless in SUNYAC action, after having picked up a non-league win in overtime against SUNY Canton earlier this week. And the Bears get Fredonia State tomorrow night. That game has gone final, Plattsburgh 3, and the Blue Devils no score. We told you about Morrisville at Rivier, non-leaguer, 3-1. That probably has gone final as well, it looks like. And Cortland, which had built a 5-0 lead at Brockport, is up by 5 still at 6-1 right now. Earlier this afternoon, Potsdam women's hockey team losing a heartbreaker to SUNY Canton to drop to 2-3 overall. And the Potsdam men's basketball team coming up short at St. Lawrence University. Both basketball teams, the men's and women's, will have their home openers back-to-back on this coming Tuesday night against Clarkson University, 5:30 for the women and 7:30 for the men. We'll have coverage, of course, of those games. SUNYAC play for the basketball teams here at SUNY Potsdam a week from Tuesday, so the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, and the Plattsburgh Cardinals will be here and the Bears will be hosting their travel partners. But here, we'll get our focus back on wrapping up Potsdam's 5-1 loss here against the Buffalo State Bengals after Drew Rose had scored the first goal of the game about midway through the second period on a nice effort, really an extended power play as you described it, Coach. Within about 10 seconds after the expiration of the power play,
Yeah.
Drew Rose had the Potsdam Bears up 1-0. But Buffalo State got a golden opportunity. They cashed in a 5-on-3 power play, and that set them off and running en route to their 4-goal win.
And you can call that a questionable call or not. They got the Potsdam player for closing his hand on the puck. That was Klanow, and he ends up taking a misconduct along with that. But anyway, it was 9:43 of the first period. Drew Rose would get an even strength goal. Alfieri and Rob Clare would pick up their assists, and that would be all the scoring for Potsdam as the Bengals would come back at 12:57 of the second period. A.J. Marinelli would get his first of the year, and Connor Bizel would pick up his 6th assist. 17:32 of the second period, that was that fluke goal from behind the net. Joel Frazee from Stuckless and Morin, and at the end of 2, it would be 2-1 for the Bengals, despite the fact that the Potsdam Bears outshot the Bengals in that period 16-6. But what would happen at the start of the third period at 46 seconds, it would be Kozarev who would get the goal from Van Ruden and Aiden LaValle. A.J. Martinelli would pick up his second goal at 1:32 of the third, and that would be unassisted. But then Kozarev would pick up his second goal of the night, his 5th of the year, and that came at 7:17 with Galamos and LaValle picking up assists. Shots on goal in the third period had the Bengals out shooting the Bears 17-13. Shots on goal final had the Bears out shooting the Bengals 39-26.
Boy, funny how confidence can really build in a team, as Buffalo has nearly twice as many shots in the third period as they had for the first 2 periods combined.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they just kept building, and as their play and their goals, they were rewarded with a fluke goal or two, and just ended up saying, we've got this in hand, and they've started to play a lot better, obviously. So.
And they certainly did, en route to a 5-1 victory here tonight against SUNY Potsdam. Bears next in action tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against the Fredonia State Blue Devils, as the Western New York squads are going to stay up here in God's country and away from 4 to 6 feet of snow back home. And they'll finish out their respective road trips tomorrow night as Buffalo State will head over to Plattsburgh, presumably tonight. And Fredonia will be coming over here to Potsdam. Until then, again, your final, Buffalo State 5, Potsdam 1. Until tomorrow night, we thank you so much for joining us. Thanks to the coach, John Horan, to Dan Bronson and the athletic communications crew here at SUNY Potsdam, and to Elijah Winfrey for engineering our broadcast back on Mix 96.1. For all of us here, thanks so much for joining us. Bears drop this one 5-1 to the Bengals. See if they can rebound against Fredonia State tomorrow night at 7. We will see you then. Good night.